Hello.
Hello.
What are we talking about today?
First of all, how was your day?
It was good.
Yeah.
I worked today.
What do you do for work?
Oh, yeah. So that was funny because when we were like, let's talk about ourselves, I didn't say anything about myself. So I'm a hairstylist, for those who don't know. And it is what it is.
And you do hair.
And that's
it.
I do. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
And that was fun today?
It was fine.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. How was your day?
Oh, it's Labor Day today, guys, and it was really busy at work. It was really slow for the first little bit, and I was like, this sucks. I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
And then it got really busy, and I was like, this is great. I'm not going to kill myself anymore.
You like it better when it's busy?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Probably would like it when it's slow.
Ugh, I was working with one of my baristas and I was like, this is so fun. I'm having so much fun. And the line was so long. And she was like, I really wish that I was like that because I'm freaking out right now. I'm like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that would be me. I like to not do anything at work. If I could get paid to actually just do fucking nothing, that's my dream.
That's a good point. Also, I don't know if I said this in the last episodes, but I work in a coffee shop in a bookstore. If that makes it, I don't know, better. I don't know.
I think so.
Okay, because like bookstores can't be that busy, right?
They
can.
could.
They
Yeah,
can.
They can.
Okay.
What are we talking about today?
We're talking about Tender is the Flesh by Agustina Bazterrica.
Just a big trigger warning on this one. It's horrifying.
So it's a horror novel. And so the triggers include cannibalism, so much gore, rape, all of the things that you would think a trigger warning is in this book, pretty much. Yeah. So this book, I couldn't get a lot of information on the author, but this book has been initially a Spanish novel, and it's been translated into a number of languages, and it's found critical acclaim across the world. It's won a ton of awards. It's a good book, but it also ruined my day after I finished it.
You read it so fast.
I read it in 2 days. It's also super small. Like, it's only like 200-ish pages.
Yeah, but it was one of those ones where, like, you start going and you can't stop, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because all of the chapters, they end off, like, while something is happening. So you're like, I can't stop reading. I have to keep going.
No. Not on this note.
Mm-hmm. So this book, initial little plot summary, it's about a virus that contaminates all human meat. So it is now toxic to humans. So cannibalism becomes legalized. This book follows Marcos, who previously worked at an animal slaughterhouse and now works at a human slaughterhouse.
Naturally.
As the book moves forward, it dives into the complexities and details of what it's like to live in a world with cannibalism.
Okay.
What do you think so far about that little plot summary?
It sounds like if I was in this book, like if I lived in this world, I would just kill myself.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
Quite nothing else you can do. Right?
No. Yeah, and it's so sad because there's literally no animals, like at all, because they're all toxic and will kill you.
Wait, what made them toxic?
There's a virus that has spread through all animal kind called the GGB. I don't know what that stands for.
And not in people for some reason?
Not in people. We'll get to that.
That makes sense.
So we meet Marcos. He's our main character.
Okay.
And right off the bat, we learn that he hates his life.
Yeah, I would too. I don't know what sane person wouldn't.
No, it's pretty bad. He works at the human slaughterhouse. His father he has dementia and he is in a retirement home. So this is why he works at the slaughterhouse, because he needs to pay for his father's bills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't want to do that though. Like, he doesn't want to work there, but he has to.
That's the only job you can have, right?
Well, Well, he worked at an animal slaughterhouse, so he has like the knowledge and the know-how,
Right.
You know? So it's like
Okay, so it hasn't been like that long.
No, I don't know how long it's been, to be honest with you. I don't think it says.
Like within this guy's working career,
Yes,
like within
yes.
probably 20 years.
Yeah, like he was there when like cannibalism became a thing.
Okay,
Um,
got it.
Yeah, so he also has a wife. She left to go live with her mom after their son died.
And was that during the people eating stage or before?
I think so.
Okay.
Because they were trying for a really long time to have a kid, and like nothing worked, and then they ended up getting pregnant. They had the boy. His name was Leo, and I think he was like 1, or maybe younger than that, and then he died.
Okay.
So it was pretty sad. But so she's left. So Marcos is all alone in his little house.
Damn.
Yeah.
Happens to the best of them.
Right. So he works at this human slaughterhouse. He's kind of the middleman. He goes to breeding centers and purchases human meat and then will sell them to like butcher shops, game reserves, or the laboratory.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
he also is kind of like the boss man a little bit. So
Oh my god.
He's
like, I really don't want to do this, but I'm actually so passionate about it,
Well,
and I could run this place better.
well, he could. Like he's got seniority there.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna get into some of the jargon a little bit. So, humans bred for consumption are not called humans.
Okay.
If you call them humans, you will get killed, pretty much.
Wait, it's that serious?
It's that serious. Yeah.
Okay.
Human meat is now referred to as head or special meat, and that is what I will be calling them.
Wait, like, what do you mean head?
Like HEAD, head.
Like, as in their head, or like the whole body?
The
is
whole
called
body
head?
is the head.
Okay.
I don't know why. Yeah, I know.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's also called special meat. So like if you were to go to a butcher shop and you want to pick up some, I don't know, a kidney, it'd be special kidney or special fingers. Like everything is introduced with special so that you know that it's human meat.
Wait, but there's no other kind of meat.
There's no other kind. No.
So this is
you
just
don't
for
need
funsies?
to. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got it.
There's also FGP head, which are first generation pure.
Okay.
These are humans bred in the breeding center. They've not been artificially modified in any way. And so obviously they take longer to grow up to become butchered and slaughtered.
Are they like modifying people so that they grow faster?
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So-
so Star Wars.
Okay.
You'll see with the clones.
Okay. But yeah, so they're bred in the center. These FGP are top quality meat. And FGP is branded across their bodies, one brand stamp for each year of development.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
So, also the head are, their vocal cords have been cut out. So they can't speak.
Yeah.
They don't have any hair because their hair is sold. And
Makes sense.
they're always naked. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, they're sub people at this point.
Yeah, they're not people.
Why would they waste money on clothes?
Exactly.
Got it.
So yeah, with the GGB spreading the virus, all animal meat became fatal to humans. So no eating the meat, no having pets, and the government officials went out and burned and killed all the animals in the streets that they found.
They couldn't like get some kind of like antibiotics.
No, there was nothing they could do to cure it.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing, which is then bringing me to my next point. Lots of conspiracies have become a thing after this. They're like, is this actually a virus that is fatal to us, or is this just the government coming up with ways to help with overpopulation, poverty, and all of this? So lots of conspiracies. There's also like human rights activist groups that are like trying to get more humane conditions for humans.
Yeah, because there's so many other things we can eat than meat.
Right? Well, that was the thing is for a little bit they were like, oh no, we can't eat meat. and so they like humans, the population went for a while without any meat, and they're like, we're getting weak. We need to eat. We need to eat meat.
Okay.
Yeah. So they eventually did, cannibalism.
That's the natural progression.
Yeah, that's the only. It's the only.
It's the only
way to go from there. There's also, which I think is funny, lots of articles called "The Wrath of the Vegans" that have been published because.
Sorry, Cora is attacking me under the table. Cora is one of our cats.
She's a bit crazy.
She's seeing all these cords and getting real excited.
I would too.
Sorry, where were we?
Yeah, Wrath of the Vegans is a thing.
Okay.
Which I think is funny.
That is funny.
So blah 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 blah. We also learn about the scavengers, which are people that want to eat human meat, but they can't afford it, so they will just eat any dead body that's hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah, so the scavengers will hang out around like the slaughterhouse or butcher shops or breeding centers to hopefully get a little dead body to eat.
And like, I'm sorry, aren't there like diseases?
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, there are. Most definitely.
That doesn't seem like it would be like that smart to do, but you know what? So you can't really. I think people anyway.
Well, the whole the scavengers are gross because they eat them without.
Okay,
that's their whole thing.
We're supposed to hate them.
Yeah, they're pretty
It.
nasty.
It's their fault.
It's their fault,
not the government.
No.
Okay.
So we're just hanging out with Marcos for a little bit, and then we go to the breeding center, and we meet the owner of the breeding center. He's called El Gringo.
Nice.
And he's kind of a fun little guy, He just does his job, and he has fun while doing it. So we get a little, not a tour of the breeding center, but we get a little bit of information. So we learn a little bit about the breeding process, which I don't want to go into.
Okay.
It's pretty nasty.
Cool.
I remember reading it on the couch and being like, holy shit, what the fuck? Oh my God.
Can you like describe it for us in the most like elementary of terms, like very simple? Or is it still pretty heinous?
I mean, I guess it's not that bad. It just is like, it's gross to me.
Yeah.
Like the males, I think they're called studs.
Yeah.
They can tell when a female is in silent heat, is what they call it, and so he will just mount the females and yeah, and even after he's had a vasectomy, like he will still do that just so to like get the women or get the females like ready all the time to just constantly be having babies, and then they will also. They drain the semen from the men as well.
That one's a little less freaky to me.
A little less freaky, but yeah, the whole like mounting was pretty gross to me. Reading that, I was like, ew.
Yep, that's pretty awful.
Yeah. Another cringe warning. We're about to learn about the pregnant female head. So in the breeding center, impregnated females they're kind of like the best, They've got a lot of great things about them. Number one.
Yeah, they're making more food.
Yes. Well, their blood has infinite possibilities. Do we know what? No, but they're infinite.
Wait, they just say in the book that there's infinite possibilities with the blood?
With the blood, yeah.
That's it?
Pretty much, yeah.
So do they like take the blood of the impregnated?
They take blood from the pregnant females, and then obviously the baby is aborted because the baby can't survive when the mother's anemic.
They take that much blood?
They drain them.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So, and obviously then the baby is whatever, nobody cares about the baby anymore. Also,
do it again.
Their milk is top tier as well. Great quality milk.
I'm sure.
And they're hooked up to machines to their breasts and are pumped, and they're called udders, which I think is also really gross. It's true.
It is what it is.
And I read this and I was like, The pregnant females lay on tables. They don't have any arms or legs because
they'd run away.
No, they would try to slam their stomachs against walls and tables to kill the babies so that their babies wouldn't be born in breeding centers.
Sorry, you can do that without arms and legs.
Yeah, but if you're laying down, you can't move.
Yeah, sure you can.
Can you?
Not as well.
Yeah.
But you can.
You could maybe like roll off the table.
100%.
But yeah, that's pretty gross.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Yeah. So that we kind of learn about that. Whatever, you know. Our boy El Gringo, he ended up selling Marcos some bad head a couple weeks ago. And they ended up having to contact the FSA, which is Food Safety Authority or whatever, and like report the bad head.
That's so funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's a 7th grader joke in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Every time I say it, I'm like,
you said bad head. Yeah.
So as an apology, El Gringo decides to send Marcos a FGP female.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Marcos wakes up one day and somebody knocks on his door and he's like, what the hell? My house is pretty secluded and isolated. Who's at my house? He opens the door. It's a worker from the breeding center with this female FGP. And Marcus is like, what the fuck is this? And he's like,
alive?
Alive, yes.
Okay, and
she's
that's
like,
not normal?
No.
Okay.
No. But I mean, I guess it is kind of normal. So like some people keep head around so that they can slowly chop them up, you know, eat their meat while they're still alive. So yeah, so some people do keep their own personal head around in their homes.
Like instead of just killing them and like freezing the individual body parts, they just like they just chop off one at a time.
Yeah.
We don't even do that to cows.
I know. And then obviously the other aspect of that is sexually abusing the head, which is a big part of it as well.
Yeah,
which is illegal, by the way. This is not allowed.
What's the fucking point
right?
of it being illegal? I'm sorry.
I know.
We're allowing people to chop their limbs off one by one, but that's we draw the line at sexual assault.
They explain why, and it like made sense when I read it, but I can't remember, and I was like, whatever, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, so Marcos now has this female in his barn, in his backyard. He calls El Gringo and is like, what the hell, man? I don't want this here. And he's like, well, why not? I can come over tomorrow and we can slice her up and have a good meal. And he's like, I don't want to do that. And he's like, well, then you cut her up. And he's like, I don't want to do that either. And he's like, well, then I don't care what you do with her. Just keep her. And so Marcos is like, what? Okay, I guess. And so
cool, now I have something I need to feed.
Yeah, so now he just keeps her in the barn. She's naked, she's gross, she needs a shower.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do the heads eat people too?
They have occasionally, yes. Sometimes they keep the heads separated so that they don't eat each other.
No, I mean like what are they fed?
Oh, they're fed I think like just normal food.
Including people?
Maybe. I don't know actually. I don't know if it like
is there
talks
no mad
about
cow disease?
I don't know.
Come on.
That's too hard of a
you
question
need to know
right now. I feel like he just like I don't know. I know like in the slaughterhouse they give the head liquid diets, but I'm not sure like
we don't know what those liquids are.
No, we don't know what the liquids are.
Okay, sorry.
So I feel like maybe they haven't said. But also,
okay.
I'm not certain.
Okay. The author didn't think that through.
No. Or she probably did, and I missed it.
Right.
But
she?
Yeah, is a woman.
Whoa.
Which I think makes it really cool. It makes it so much better.
That does make it better.
Right? It's not as gross now, I think.
It's like more of a powerful statement and less of a ugh.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Marcos also names this FGP Jasmine because she needs a name.
Okay.
And
they name them?
Not normally, no. You're not supposed to. That's also illegal.
Okay. He just
it's
illegal to name them?
There's a lot of rules regarding like how you see the head. So you're not supposed to see them in any light as like a human being. So calling them humans, naming them, effing them.
Effing.
Freaking them.
You can say fuck here.
What?
It's allowed.
I've said it before. I think I said it like 10 minutes ago.
You said fuck? How dare you?
I know, I'm sorry. But yeah, so anything that like makes them seem like humans is like not allowed. It's illegal. You can get in trouble.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Which also, I didn't write this down, but there is like another little thing going on where if you do commit one of these like little blaspheme crimes.
Nice.
You get taken to, I can't remember what they call it, the public slaughterhouse or something like that. And instead of being like arrested or like just normally killed, you are then slaughtered as well.
Publicly?
Not publicly, but like if you commit like one of these crimes, you then just get slaughtered. Like that's your sentence.
You fucking please slaughter me, dude. Get me the fuck out of this world. I'm so serious.
I wouldn't want to get slaughtered.
I'll
get into it.
Okay.
I'll get into it. Before we get though to the breeding center or the slaughterhouse, we go to the butcher shop and we meet Spannel.
Ooh.
And she is the butcher, and she's very talented and she's really good at what she does. She's the best. We meet her and we meet El Perro, which is her assistant, and we don't actually know his name. Marcos just calls him El Perro because he's her little dog.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Wait, do we not know El Gringo's name then?
I don't think so, no. We're introduced to him as El Gringo.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
So yeah, we meet Spannel. We learn that like how she divvies up or how she like lays out the meat. So like I said, like special kidneys, special eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of it for now. Then we go to the slaughterhouse. What?
Eyes?
Eyes? Yes. They eat the entire body.
Okay. Well,
Eyes, tongue.
At least we're like using all the parts.
Yeah. We don't
No waste here.
No waste.
Got it.
They gotta use it all. Which,
fair enough.
I mean, I guess if I was being slaughtered, you know, I wouldn't want any part of me to go to waste. You know, I'd want the entire thing to be
point,
used.
Eat my eyeballs too.
Right?
Have fun with that, I guess.
Okay. So now we're at the slaughterhouse. Marcos walks in and his boss is like, hey, there's 2 applicants hanging out. We give him a tour of the facility and determine which one we should hire over the 2. And he's like, yeah, okay. So we go and we meet these 2 guys. One of them is he needs money because his wife is pregnant and he needs money, obviously, and a job. The other guy doesn't really say anything. He's just kind of quiet and smiling. And so immediately Marcos is like, I got a bad feeling about that
There's
guy.
some fucked up with the smiling guy.
Yeah.
People who are quiet are psychopaths, I've heard.
That's what they say. But we also learn at this point that obviously working in slaughterhouses or breeding centers, big turnover rate. Because it's not for the faint of heart, and not a lot of people want to work there.
I can't imagine there's any number of dollars that's enough.
Right? They do make a lot of money, though. So
does it say how much?
No.
Damn.
No. But it even says, like, the butchers in the past, before the transition, which is what they call it after cannibalism is legalized.
Okay.
Butchers in the past never made any money. It was always, like, I don't know, dickheads working in the butcher shops that didn't really know what they were doing. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, if like you're a butcher, you are like, you're good. You know what you're doing. You do it well. And people know who you are. Like
Holy shit.
Yeah. Which is very interesting. But so yeah, we're at the slaughterhouse. Marcos is giving our 2 little applicants a tour of the facility.
Okay.
So strap in, boys, girls, and they thems.
and all others.
And all others. Because we're about to get into some crazy shit.
Okay.
So.
Oh, just now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, got it.
So we start at the unloading yard, which is where the head are taken off of the trucks from the breeding centers and are taken into the slaughterhouse.
Okay.
In the unloading yard, men are scooping poop for manure, and the meat will go to the resting cages to take it easy. Because obviously you don't want your meat to be stressed out or anything.
No.
That's bad.
No.
Stress-free meat,
gamey.
please. Yeah. While they're in the resting cages, they go through an antemortem inspection. So determining if there's any diseases and whatnot. And if there is, the diseased are put into a different holding cage and are then inspected for a couple days to see like if their diseases go away, and if not, they're out of there.
Okay.
Which then I think they have to get like, they'll contact the breeding center later and be like, hey, you gave me bad head, give me a discount. And
yeah, I would too.
Exactly. So yeah. In the resting cages, the head are given a spray wash. They're examined and then placed on a liquid diet to reduce intestinal content to make it easier for slaughter.
Okay, I see.
While they're here, we see that some head have green marks and some head have black marks on their bodies.
Ooh.
Can you guess what these might mean?
Green and black. Okay, let's see. I think green means they're talented at skateboarding, and black means that they probably have, like, flown a plane before.
Whoa. How'd you know? That's exactly what it is.
I'm a genius.
That was pretty good. You were very close, actually.
Okay.
So,
what is it really?
So green marks is game reserves. These are the head that are going to go to get hunted for sport.
Okay, so hopefully they're good at skateboarding.
Yes. It's mostly men because they're harder to hunt. They actually put up a bit of a fight, whereas women are stupid and dumb and will just die immediately. Fucking dumbasses.
I think that's smart.
Whereas, though, pregnant women sell for a pretty penny, though, because they do get vicious to try to protect their baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Black marks are the head that are getting sent to the laboratory, and Marcos won't say any more about that at this moment in time.
Wait. Getting sent to the lab?
The lab.
Okay.
And then one of the applicants is like, "What happens in the lab?" And he's like, "Nothing." And then
shut the fuck
doesn't
up
say
and
anything else. We walk past the box sector, which is I think they're like red rooms, and it just has one head in each room, and those are where the FGPs, the first generation pure, are kept.
Okay.
We keep walking, and we meet my boy Sergio. He is the stunner, and his job is to bash the head in the head with a mallet club thing, knock them unconscious so that when they get their throats slit, they aren't scared or anything. They're obviously unconscious.
They don't get scared seeing a big stick coming at their head?
Well, actually, he's very good at his job, so he makes it so that they're not scared.
He's really stealthy about it.
Well, no.
No.
They'll walk in, the head will walk in with their hands behind their backs, shaking, trembling, covered in water, and
why are they covered in water?
they just got sprayed down.
Okay, got it. Right.
Sergio will walk over, he'll pat him on the head.
Okay.
Like he's petting them.
Okay.
And then he whispers something into their ear that we don't know what. And so then the head will like calm down. So like he says something to calm them down. We just don't know what.
What do you think it is?
I'm gonna fucking kill you right now, bitch.
That would not calm me down. Personally, I'd get a little scared.
I feel like that would ease my spirits, I think.
Do you know what? I'm going back to my point here. If I was one of these like people that was bred for being eaten and somebody was like, "You're gonna die right now," I'd be like, "Fuck yes!"
Right? Finally. Jesus Christ!
Get me
I've
off
been
of
here
this
for
fucking
way
planet.
too long.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the female walks out. He bashes her on the head. She lands unconscious, and then a worker comes out and attaches chains to her feet, and then she is hooked up onto a railing system by her feet, so she's face down.
Okay.
And she's being moved into the next room. And this next room is called the slitting room.
Okay.
Can you guess what happens in this room?
Why does it have to happen in a different room?
Because there's going to be a lot more blood in this room. than just a stunning.
Okay, so they have a specific room for being bonked. And
Yeah.
Then, and then a different room across the hall for throat slitting.
Yep.
One of them has more porous floors, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, got it.
So, yeah, she's taken to the slitting room. The blood is obviously drained from the bodies, and it's used to make fertilizer. While the blood for fertilizer? I know, I read that and I was like, huh?
I don't know how that works.
I don't either.
We should figure it out. I don't know. Maybe it does help. Maybe we should be making blood sacrifices to our plants.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
I don't know, something to look
We could
into.
dedicate it to Gaia.
Yeah.
I think she would
Pan?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he might. Well, I don't know. Anyway, back on track.
So the two employees that are in the slitting room, they slit one of the, because it's like 3 head right now hanging from the rails. Okay. They slit the first one's throat, and then they're taking too freaking long. The female starts to wake up. She starts to like move a little bit while hanging upside down. She ends up freeing her feet from the chains and slams into the ground, and is
not on her head.
Not on her, or maybe on her head. I'm not sure.
Wouldn't that knock her right back out?
I don't know.
Was it right spot to where she's not knocked right back
You
out?
think so. But,
one bonk on the head does it, but falling right on your head
but
does.
falling onto your head, no.
We're good there.
So, yeah, she wakes up, she frees herself, and she's like freaking out, obviously.
Yeah.
And so one of the employees goes over and uses a bolt pistol into the forehead to kill her. Marcos is fucking pissed about this. He knocks on the window and is like, "You took too long. The meat died in fear. It's going to be bad tasting meat. What the fuck are you doing?"
Who would notice?
I don't know, man.
I'm sorry. Who the fuck would notice?
I don't know, man.
This is a new taste for all of us, right? Within like the last 10 years. So
you can tell. I think you can tell.
Okay.
You don't know until you've tried human meat. You've tried special meat. Sorry.
Are these the FGPs?
No, they're
so it doesn't matter in any way.
FGPs, or
they're the lower grade meat.
Yeah,
the cheaper
grade.
meat.
Mm-hmm.
So who cares?
That's true. Okay, so that's the slitting room. After that, the bloodless bodies are put into a scalding tank of boiling water. And an employee will use big sticks to push the bodies under the surface and move them around.
They drain all the blood out before they cut them all up.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That I feel like that would make the meat taste bad. Wouldn't you want the blood in there? Wouldn't that make it a little bit more moist? They don't take the blood out of cow meat. I'm thinking too much about this.
I don't know, man. I also, as someone that doesn't eat meat, you're asking the wrong person.
Maybe.
So yeah, after they're in the hot water tank, swimming around in there,
boiling up,
the meat is put into the dehairing machine. So this is to get off all of the little minuscule hairs that are covering their bodies. And this is fun because they're put into this machine that spins the bodies at very high speeds.
That's really fun.
And then there's rollers that like roll throughout their body that have like paddle scrapers on them to scrape off all the hair.
Oh my, like a car wash?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of just bouncing around. Like
that's
a cylindrical.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, got it.
That's Marcos's. Holy shit. Marcos's least favorite part of the whole thing is watching the bodies spin around. He's like, it's like a deranged roller coaster or something.
The bonking and the slitting and the boiling, that's all fine.
Didn't do it
That's
for
fine.
him. But but spinning around at high speeds.
The human car wash.
Yeah.
He doesn't like that. He likes them with hair.
Yeah. So then we walk our way down to the cutting room. And this is where obviously the bodies are cut up. So their heads are cut off, they're taken to a separate table, and you take out their eyes, the tongue, the brain, the ears, you crack the skull, whatever, you know.
Wait, hold up.
What?
Are they sold with their skin on the meat still then?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. I feel like there's way better ways to do the de-hairing thing. Also, why are we boiling the bodies before we're even selling them? Does that not change the meat?
Maybe I don't. Do you know how
the
an
dehydrated, bloodless meat?
Do you know how like an actual slaughterhouse works?
No.
Okay.
To my knowledge, they kill the animals, they skin them, chop them up, sell them.
Yeah, but there's probably more that goes on.
Maybe some preservatives.
You don't think that there's more going on behind the scenes?
I really don't think they're boiling the meat first and draining it of all its blood.
Well, these are humans, you know? They're I don't fucking know, man.
Okay.
I'm just relaying the information.
And never mind. Continue.
Do we need Agustina Bazterrica's email?
I think so. I think I have problems with the logistics of this.
Okay. Cutting room. Also sometimes they do keep the heads.
The actual heads.
The actual heads. I don't remember if they say before or after they take everything out, but some people still like to cook the heads in the ground and eat them.
What?
I don't know how that works, but
do you cook a whole head all together? Okay, we're taking the eyeballs out and the tongue, and cracking up the brain. Wait? Okay, there's not much meat in the head.
No, and that's even said like there's not a lot of meat on the head, but the meat that's there is delish.
Like the little fatty cheek.
I get
stuff.
Oh, I guess that could be good.
I guess so.
I'm like just thinking about like scalp.
I'm also thinking like I'm really just comparing this to eating beef.
Yeah.
This whole time. And like there's the little
like pork.
There's the little fatty parts on the beef, and you take that off and you don't eat it. That's what I'm picturing, like a human cheek.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I have problems with the logistics, but moving on.
Moving on. Arms and legs are sold with the carcass to the butcher.
Okay.
So our female that we watched get stunned, come back, whatever. She's now been flayed. Okay. She's unrecognizable now, and some gross little cuts are made, and the intestines are removed.
Gross.
So then we get to the offal room. OFFAL, not the other awful.
Okay.
And the entrails are inspected and cleaned and stored, and then some more information that I didn't want to write down.
Fair enough.
And then we get to the end of the tour, and they remove their spinal columns, and then operators cut the carcasses in half and place them in coolers to be picked up by the butcher later.
What do they do with the bones?
I think they probably use them somehow.
Meat's just on the bones still, I guess.
Yeah.
And then like a spinal cord.
They take that out. They do something with that. I didn't.
Them's some strong bones.
Yeah.
Just saying. Can't be wasting that.
No. Well, they don't waste anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Not here.
Not here.
Not here. So then after that, also the one guy. The two applicants, so the guy that's like needing a job for his wife, the entire tour, he is like very queasy, like he doesn't want to be here, like he vomits one time.
How did he get this interview?
He applied.
Does he not have like slaughterhouse experience? Maybe they'll just take anybody.
I don't know.
What did he expect?
Right? But then the other guy, he's like,
fuck yeah.
He's like into it,
He's like, this is my jam. Get me in that
keeps
room.
Asking a bunch of like inappropriate questions. There's that one point where Sergio is like, who wants to stun the next one? And he's like, me.
Oh my God.
And Sergio is like, you idiot, you can't even, shut up. And so like he's pissed off at him, and then Marcos is like, I fucking hate this guy. Like he's
Sergio was like, does anybody want to do this? And then when somebody said I want to do it, okay, I see.
As a way to be like, okay, clearly you don't know what you're doing here.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So Marcos hates this guy. And so at the end of the tour, he calls a security guard and is like, hey, come get this dickhead and get him out of here.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And then the other guy, he's like, we'll be in touch. We'll probably call you later.
The guy that was really grossed out?
Because, yes. So those ones make better candidates because they aren't going to be doing anything illegal.
Because they have, like, empathy.
Yeah, they have empathy.
At least
and
some.
they need money. So
Yeah.
we do learn. I can't remember. Oh, while they're in the cutting room, Marcos has like a weird moment with one of the operators in the cutting room.
Oh.
And so the two guys that are in there, one of them used to be besties with one of the other operators, and his name was like NC or something.
Okay.
And so NC worked at the slaughterhouse for a while, and then he like slowly started to like lose his mind, you know, obviously, as one would.
Yep.
And so I think what happened? I think he either maybe tried to, I can't remember what he did, but he ended up doing something bad and then getting not fired, but like leave of absence type situation.
Okay, gotcha.
Where like the company was like, we need to make sure that this person is okay after what they've been going through, because clearly they're not in the right headspace.
They need a mental health leave. This is a world where we're really concerned about mental health.
However, he does shoot and kill himself. So
Yep.
so the one operator guy hates Marcos, and so Marcos is like, yeah, that's fair. So yeah, lots of people end up killing themselves that work in this slaughterhouse. Which, you know, I would too.
I'd be on that list.
Yeah. So that's the end of the slaughter situation there. Marcos's wife calls, and it's a weird conversation.
The one that left.
The one that left. She is kind of just like, hey, how's it going? And he's like, I'm good. Are you going to come home? She's like, nope, not yet. And then that's it.
She's never coming home, man. You're
So
the kingpin of a human slaughterhouse. I don't know what to tell you, dude.
I don't think that she wants to
It's not
be
looking
with
good.
you. Then we get to a weird little part with Marcos and the butcher we met from earlier, Spannel.
Okay.
Up until this point, Marcos is kind of just like, he's a guy that we're kind of rooting for a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
We feel bad for him.
Like, he's morally gray, but for the most part, he hasn't done anything wrong. Got it.
I feel bad for the guy.
He's doing his best for the circumstances.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, got it.
However, we get to this chapter where he gets to the butcher shop, and his intentions, like from the beginning, are like, I need to go have sex with Spannel. And she's like, he gets in there, and she's in the process of like slaughtering, like butchering some of the shit.
Okay.
And like she's in her fucking like apron. Like there's blood everywhere.
Okay, wait. He just came in and he was like, I need to fuck this person real bad.
Yes. They do also have like a sexual relationship.
Oh,
sorry, I
okay.
didn't say that before.
There was no build up.
Sorry about that. I think they like mention it once that they like have a little relationship, but then like they don't really go into it, and then we get to this part and it's like, whoa, okay.
Got it. Okay.
So this is a very violent sex scene with Marcos and Spannel.
Dude.
And like it's consenting, you know, but it's just kind of a lot. And and the way that Marcos explains it is very aggressive and like you know.
Okay. I can imagine.
Yeah, there's like blood dripping off of the like counters. There's one part where
like of theirs or of the butcher shop.
The butchers, the butcher. Okay. Yeah, not their blood. There's one part where he pulls his pants down and there is blood dripping in between their bodies before they like come together.
Ew.
And I'm like, what the hell?
Are they both into that?
I don't fucking know. I guess
they must be at this point.
They must be. Yeah.
Okay, stop pretending, Marcos.
So yeah, that part's really gross.
Holy shit.
I read that at work in the break room and it was extremely uncomfortable. I was like,
I don't think I could read any of this book around other people.
Yeah.
I'd be like, they know what's happening inside my brain.
It was really horrible. I think I didn't even finish the chapter because I was like, this is freaking me out. So yeah, after that chapter, we're like, okay, so Marcos is maybe not the character we thought he might be.
Hey, maybe he's just like the rest of them.
Yeah, something's wrong. So whatever, that happens. Then Marcos goes to meet with his sister. I can't remember her name. And he has dinner with her two little kids. He hates his sister, and he fucking hates their kids.
Why is he getting dinner with him?
Because it's his sister. You know, she's annoying. She's a bitch. She's not going to stop nagging him. So
oh my God.
She's got to go.
Buddy, protect your peace.
So it's funny, though, because she lives in, like, the suburbs, and he lives, like, isolated in his own little
he's
area.
got a barn.
Yeah. So I guess in the city, birds are still around. And so people will carry umbrellas.
We're not eating the birds?
No, you can't eat the birds. Can't eat any humans. But I don't think they can kill all of the birds because they're flying around, you know?
That's fair. It's a little bit
So
harder.
people always carry around umbrellas. And I might be making this up, but I feel like I remember reading that they're like metal umbrellas to like protect them from birds in case the birds want to dive and attack these people.
Good luck in a thunderstorm, buddy.
Right? You got enough to worry about with the birds.
Come on now.
So yeah, he gets to his sister's house and he walks up to the door and his sister opens the door and it's like, oh my God, you don't have an umbrella.
Oh my
and he's
God.
Like,
what are the birds
shut
gonna
up.
do?
I don't care. And so he like gets in there. I think they have special meat for dinner. And the kids are like,
ooh, we splurged.
Okay. The kids are being gross and weird. I can't remember what they say, but they say a lot of like inappropriate things about like human meat. And then at the end of the little dinner trip, Marcos and his sister talk and she's like, hey, can you get me some head?
Bruh.
Exactly. So Marcos is like, this fucking cunt. Like she just wants me for she wants me for cheap head. Fuck her. And so
she's using me for my damn job.
Yeah.
I get it.
So he's pissed and he's like, I'm not fucking doing that shit. And so he leaves. On his way home, he goes to the zoo, the local zoo.
What? These animals are allowed?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he goes because it is a sense of nostalgia and remembrance for him because he used to always go with his dad when he was younger. So
got it.
The zoo, I think, is like my favorite part of the book, just because it's so eerie and creepy. Like it's very abandoned. There's graffiti everywhere that has like there's poems of like cannibalism and lots of YOLOs everywhere. Which is funny because Marcos is reading the graffiti and he's like, YOLO, I forgot what that one means, and then like moves on.
Wait, that's really funny.
So like people are like, somebody said something and then another person responded to in graffiti and was like, I'm gonna fucking eat you, bitch, or something like that. Like it's
whoa.
Yeah, it's aggressive. But I was like, oh, fun. They still do graffiti.
Dog eat dog world out here. People
Exactly.
eat people world.
People eat people world. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, we're walking around the zoo. Marcos is looking at all of the exhibits. Obviously, there's no animals, but like all of the placards are still there that like read what animal would be in there.
Can you do anything else with this space?
Nah.
Okay.
No, there's literally nothing there.
Got it. Cool. Okay.
So Marcos is just kind of hanging out. And then he sees these puppies and he goes and he's like, oh my God, puppies. And he like hangs out with this group of puppies. And it's actually very cute and very sweet. And it makes him it reminds him of his old dogs that he had to kill during the transition. And it's really sad.
Bro. What? Why did we have to kill the dogs? We're not eating them.
Because if they bite you or scratch you or if you're around any animal.
What is this disease that the animals got, but we didn't?
That's why Marcos is like, it's fake.
It doesn't
make any sense. It's
Agreed.
fake.
I'm on his side there.
Yeah, I agree too. So I don't remember when he ends up going back to the zoo, but I'm just going to touch on this really quick. So Marcos leaves. He comes back a couple days later. And no, okay, so he's with the puppies. He ends up leaving the puppies because a couple big dogs have shown up and they're like rabid feral dogs. Yeah. So he has to like get the fuck out of there.
Get out of here.
A couple days later, he ends up going back to the zoo just to kind of hang out, again. And
feel the vibes of the place.
Yeah, and he wanders to the area that had the puppies, hoping that maybe the bigger dogs are gone.
Dude.
And there is a group of teenagers with the puppies. And Marcos can see them from up above, wherever he's hanging out. And the teenagers are being so mean and violent to the puppies. Lots of animal abuse in this situation here. One of them throws a puppy against the wall. The other one...
they've been told that... These kids have been told that animals are gonna kill you.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, that's I guess it'd be like normal to like see an animal and be like, fuck, I gotta kill it, it's gonna kill me, you know? But like it's a very aggressive and unnecessary way to kill them.
100%.
As Marcos is leaving, because he can't bear to watch these teens, he hears one of them say, "Oh my god, should we light this one on fire?"
Oh my god. Goodbye.
Fucking crazy.
Nope.
So that part was really awful.
Yeah.
Now we get home. We get to Marcos's home, and Jasmine, the FGP, is still hanging out in the barn.
She's been here this whole time.
She's been here the whole time. She's constantly on his mind. He's like, fuck, I probably gotta feed her, and I probably gotta wash her. I don't want to do any of this shit. And
does she have arms and legs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. She's also, I think, I don't remember if they said her age. Damn it. Never mind. But she's like young. I think
ballpark, like young adult.
Maybe like 20s.
Okay.
I think.
Got it.
So yeah, he like starts sleeping with Jasmine, the FGP, which again is against the law. But
is Jasmine like into this?
She, just kind of does it because there's nothing else that she really knows how to do.
Really know better.
Yeah. It's pretty gross. But so after this little bit, she ends up getting pregnant. And yeah.
That's probably not allowed.
Definitely not. No.
No.
While he has Jasmine with him in the barn, a worker from like the city comes, and I guess anybody that has head currently in their homes have to get like weekly like update inspections, I guess, just to make sure that you're treating them properly and that you do still have them like for records and things.
Okay.
So somebody shows up and Jasmine is pregnant. Ruh-roh, that's bad.
Visibly.
Like I think at this point she's like 8 months pregnant.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No hiding that.
So the guy is like, hey, like I heard you you have an FGP, like I need to just check on her. And Marcos is freaking out. He ends up calling El Gringo and maybe not El Gringo, somebody else that he's like friends with in the city, and is like, hey man, I got somebody that's trying to like check out my property, and my head's in the barn, and it'd just be a whole lot of work to get her out. So like, can you just tell him not to check? And
it's that easy?
Yeah, because Marcos has a lot of sway. He's very popular, you know, in this day and age. So the guy's like, all right, sure. And so he gives the phone to the guy, to the worker, and the worker is immediately suspicious. Like, why can I not go check on this girl that you have? But he's like, okay, bye then, and leaves. And so that part was kind of creepy.
Yeah, ew.
So
Marcos, you're getting harder and harder to defend.
Right? We do learn that, I guess, previously somebody was keeping a meat in their home, and they... a city official came over to, like, check on her, and they found her under the bed in, like, a coffin-type situation.
Oh, no.
And the wife was the one that, like, let the city person in and was, like, freaking out and screaming and crying because her husband stopped sleeping with her and started sleeping with the meat, and that's why they keep her under the bed. Yeah.
She just lives down there?
She just lives down there. So, and then they, both wife and husband were taken to the court slaughterhouse and killed.
Good.
So,
hey,
that's fun.
Good.
Right? Okay. Then, moving right along, we are back at the slaughterhouse, and the Church of Immolation are at the
Ooh.
slaughterhouse. This church, for the goodness of their hearts and the people, and they want to help people, and
Right.
they decide to commit suicide by being slaughtered. You know, they are volunteering to be slaughtered.
Okay.
What happens? Yeah, I guess in the past, the Church of Immolation let one, I think, older lady, she was volunteered to get slaughtered, and she ended up freaking out beforehand and was trying to run out of the slaughterhouse, and they caught her and still killed her.
Hey, that meat isn't gonna taste good.
No, she's scared.
She was too scared.
Mhm.
And probably old meat doesn't taste good.
Ew, yeah, no. And they're all old people.
Wait, that reminds me, I had a question.
Okay.
Do they also sell, like, child heads?
I don't know. It isn't talked about, so maybe not.
Because, like, lamb.
Yeah.
Lamb chops
Yeah.
and what have you.
I mean, it hasn't been discussed. Maybe that's too
Okay,
far for
that's-
the author to go.
It's too bad.
It's too bad. So yeah, Church of Immolation. Then we go to the game reserve, and we meet Erlet, and he is the owner of this reserve, and like hunting grounds.
Okay.
And so we learn a lot from him. At this dinner, Marcos and everybody eats human special meat. And Marcos is like, I really don't want to eat this. Ooh, it actually tastes kind of good.
Wait, does Marcos not usually eat the meat?
No, he doesn't eat the meat.
Oh.
He's against it, like
this
100%.
Okay.
Sorry.
We didn't know this whole
I'm
time.
sorry. Yeah, he doesn't.
That's okay.
I think I don't think he ate it when he went to his sister's. I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
at the game reserve, or I guess wherever we are, we learn that Yerlit has been helping in celebrity deaths. So he offers celebrities to, if they can survive on his range for X amount of days, he will pay off their debt completely. Yeah. So he will hunt certain celebrities to the death. And if they survive, they're free. If they don't survive, then he gets to eat them. And Celebrities.
But they have debt?
Yeah, I guess. I don't fucking know.
They don't need that. Give that to the regular people.
Right?
Let them be.
Let them be hunted.
They deserve it more.
Yeah. So I think Erlet is like, Marcos, you need to get me more pregnant women. They're the most fun to hunt. He's got a bunch of pictures up in his house of like, those super ugly pictures of guys with their guns and like a lion.
The animal that they've killed.
Yeah.
No.
There's that with the humans.
Oh,
which
buddy.
is, pretty
Do
gross.
they have like heads taxidermied up on the wall?
Oh, I don't think so. Not that I can remember.
These are the details that I need. This author isn't going into my brain and answering my questions enough.
I think you should read it.
I don't think I need to.
We also learn from one of the characters at this dinner, who I hate him. He's only in it for like 2 pages, but he's the worst. That sex trafficking is very much a thing in this world.
What?
Right? So
What a surprise.
there's a little deal you can snag where if you pay a little bit extra, you can sleep with the woman and then you can eat her, which is quite a deal. That's the only way I'd be doing it.
Bang for your buck.
Exactly. Literally. Yeah. So that one character says some pretty awful things, and I'm not going to say it. Then that's kind of the dinner with Yerlit. I thought that the hunting was really fun. I mean, obviously not fun, but like
A fun idea.
a fun idea. Most dangerous game, if you will.
Yeah.
So then skip ahead a little bit. Marcos's father dies.
Whoa.
He dies in the home. He's also visited him a couple of times, but boring, whatever. So he scatters his father's ashes at the zoo because that's where they used to hang out.
Nice.
Then Marcos goes to the lab immediately, like after scattering the ashes.
Okay.
He does not want to go. He hates going to the lab.
We haven't been to the lab
We haven't
yet.
been to the lab.
Okay.
We heard a little bit. That's where the black marks go.
Okay.
But yeah, he is like, he threatens his boss that if he has to go back to the lab after this trip, he quits. Like, he cannot fucking do it anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's going to be in there?
So we get there, and the doctor's kind of the worst. She's a bit psycho, obviously.
Hey, yeah.
So in the lab,
For sure.
specimen are in different exam rooms. Some of them don't have eyes. Some of them are hooked entirely up to tubes.
And these are alive people?
They're live, yeah.
Okay.
One of them is being forced into heroin addiction to see what the body will do, and then is then going to be immediately taken off of it, cold turkey, to see what the body will do. They're being starved, poked, prodded. Really, anything that you can imagine is happening, it's happening in the lab.
Well, that's crazy because we know what heroin addiction does.
Right?
Like,
why are we doing this?
Why are we doing that?
I don't know.
For fun.
For funsies. But so yeah, the lab's pretty bad. I didn't write much about it, to be honest with you. But he leaves. Then we go to Dad's funeral, and that's at Marcos's sister's house.
This bitch again.
This bitch. And Marcos kind of just sits in the chair the entire time in like the living room and is like, this fucking sucks. I don't want to be here. My sister doesn't even care about my dad. Like, she never visited him once in the home. Like, this is stupid.
Oh, yeah. Why isn't she helping him pay for the...
Oh, yeah. No,
Okay.
she does not care.
She's the worst.
Marcos ends up going to the kitchen to get like a glass of water or something. And there's a door on the other side of the kitchen. And he goes and he looks, and it's a little storage closet. And what does he find in there?
A head.
A head. His sister has been harboring a head. Well, not harboring. She paid for it.
But it just lives in the closet.
But it lives in the closet, and they've been hacking away. So
Okay.
Marcos is fucking like pissed. He's like, oh my God, my sister is a crazy person.
So just like regular people have these people living in their houses, and they will just like chop off a limb at a time to eat, and then the person goes on living. How do regular people know how to do that?
I think they might have to like call in a butcher or something,
Okay.
or like take them to the butcher.
You don't get like a little
Training guide.
a leg cutting off kit,
That would be cool.
a little like
But no.
tourniquet and
No.
what have you.
Maybe actually.
Maybe a little
Gotta-
cauterizing tool at home.
Yeah.
So they don't
Add
bleed
that to
out.
the list of questions.
This is details. I need details.
So while at the funeral, Marcos gets a call from the slaughterhouse, and the receptionist lady is like, Marcos, I'm so sorry, this is really bad timing, but there's been a really something really crazy has happened at the slaughterhouse, and we need you here right now.
It's that fucking quiet guy, isn't it?
No.
Damn.
No.
Does
It's
he
even
ever
better.
come back? Oh, okay.
No, he does not come back.
Okay.
So he gets to the slaughterhouse, and the scavengers, remember them?
I do. Yeah.
They have overtaken a shipment that is being delivered to
Fuck yeah.
the slaughterhouse.
This
and
is a win.
Nah,
I'm just kidding.
not really. So they've overtaken the shipment. The head are spilled across the street, blood everywhere. They're all dead, and the
Okay.
scavengers are like pulling them.
Were they dead before?
No.
Okay.
No. So the scavengers are pulling them and like taking them to their little, I don't know, their little area to eat them
Wherever
later.
they take
Yeah.
That's not an easy task.
No.
Are there tons of them?
I think there's quite a few.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say it's gonna take
It'd be a lot of
person
people.
or two to
Yeah, they,
drag
like-
away one body.
Well, and to like overrun a truck full of people in
Yeah.
it, you know, like that's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
So there's a huge mess in the street, and they're now out like a bunch of money because the scavengers just stole all of their meat. So Marcos is like, I have an idea. To get rid of the scavengers in the future, we should give them some head right now, or like soonish, that is like good head, and then a little bit later, we should give them some more head that's poisoned. So then we'll kill them.
Okay. How do you control that?
I don't fucking know, man. I'm just like, okay.
Are there not
sure.
people that are friends with scavengers that are not scavengers and vice versa? How does that not like cross contaminate into other?
I think the scavengers are their own little thing, you know, like it's like nobody's gonna
like they don't talk to anybody else.
Yeah, like
Well,
because
that's
it's pretty
dumb
gross
on them.
that you're a scavenger, that you're eating like dead meat.
Yeah, but if they want the meat that bad, why don't they befriend rich people and then just go to their dinner parties? Like, I'm sorry, this is the dumbest way to go about this. That's not for. I'm not judging them though. Okay, that's not for me.
These are like, I don't know. They're like, I don't know. You know? I didn't write the book.
They have the disease that the animals had.
I mean, probably. So yeah, that happens. And then we go home and Jasmine goes into labor.
Oh no.
The FGP. So Marcos is like, eek, what am I going to do? And so
He's
Marcos
like, I can't
calls his
deliver a
wife.
baby.
Marcos calls his wife.
Okay.
And you're like, Marcos, what the fuck? Why are you calling your wife?
Yeah. How's he
what?
going to explain
So
this?
his wife comes over and she sees Jasmine and is like, what the fuck? What are you doing? Like, do you want to get arrested?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Good
and
response.
Marcos is like, please just help me deliver the baby, okay? And then we can talk about it after.
Oh my god,
so-
dude. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can get past this right now.
So then they do deliver the baby, and Jasmine like tries to reach for the baby, and the wife is like holding her or the baby. I guess we don't know. And
Oh no.
like a look kind of like the wife's name is Cecilia.
Okay.
I just haven't been saying it. But Cecilia and Marcos kind of like look at each other.
Uh-huh.
They have an agreement.
Oh.
Marcos kills Jasmine.
Yeah.
He hits her on the head. And
Wait. Oh, right. No, never mind.
yeah, and so now Cecilia and Marcos are going to raise Jasmine and Marcos's baby as their own.
Congratulations, I guess.
It's a boy. It's a boy. But after Marcos kills Jasmine, the wife is like, "Why would you kill her? She could have given us so much more children."
Oh.
And Marcos says, "She had the human look of a domesticated animal." And then the story ends.
That's the end.
That's the end.
Why can't Cecilia pop out more babies?
She remember they tried in the past, and it like didn't work for a while, and they finally got pregnant, and then the baby died.
Got it.
So, yeah, that's
Holy
tender as
shit.
the flesh.
What a ride.
I mean, I got to that last part, and I had forgiven Marcos about the spannel sex part. You know, I'd forgotten, and then I got to that part, and he kills Jasmine, and then says that line, and I'm like, right.
Oh yeah.
You're so horrible.
Right. You're like the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there was no like big conflict to resolve or anything like
Nope.
that. It was basically just like a couple months in
Like
the
a
life of this
slice
guy.
of life.
Got it.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Horrifying.
Again, killing myself.
Yeah.
Cannot live in this world.
Honestly, that is like not having pets, any animals around at all.
Hey, what's the point?
Right?
You can't like be driving on the road and see some sheep.
No. How am I supposed to say
How boring.
cows? I couldn't say that.
Right? Where are squirrels around? You know?
No.
That's
no,
so sad.
Nothing. Except birds, I guess.
What the fuck is
And
the
maybe
point?
some puppies.
And we don't even get to have the puppies. We have to throw them against the wall and light them on fire.
Exactly.
This sucks.
Yeah. So, yeah, what did you think?
I think I'm glad you told me about this book in depth. So no, I don't have to read it.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you were reading this one and I was curious. But I don't think I'm that curious. I think I'm good on this one.
Yeah. That's fair. But yeah, very gross book. I did rate it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Because
Tell me about that.
rating it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
I feel like it was written very well.
Yeah.
You know, like she hit all of her bases. She had me like thrown around with the Marcos thing. I'm like, do I like him? Do I not like him?
I like
Does he
that.
suck? Okay, maybe he doesn't suck. Oh, yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just thought it was very interesting the way that she included like the hunting and the lab and the butcher shops. I don't know.
mean, yeah, that probably would all be part of it.
It would. And she got it all.
We do it all now.
Mm-hmm. And you know, it's a great message on the economy. So
The economy,
and
something of which we know a lot about.
Exactly. I did read on the back it's a good metaphor for capitalism. So
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I mean I could see
Like, people will do anything to make more money.
I could definitely see this happening.
There's the whole thing with the scavengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely plausible,
Mhm.
you know? And now I'm ready.
I could not see this happening, but
Cannibalism?
yeah, in this fashion.
But
I think if it got to that point, it wouldn't be so organized. I think we'd just go into apocalypse mode before that. Do you think this? What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like maybe we would try to like make it normal.
Maybe.
Like
I feel like we'd be making like lab-made chickens before that.
I mean, we are.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
It'd be fun.
It'd be a fun little
fun
thing
to try out. What do you guys think? Should we try this out?
Should we test out tender as the flesh?
Would you? Would you guys?
Should I create a virus, guys? Maybe
A global virus that takes out all the animals but not the people for some reason?
What do you say? Yes or no? I'll attach a poll to this.
So the whole time it's just kind of like an idea that it's not real, and then that's never...
It's never addressed.
All right.
I think
Well,
that
there
you
you
are
have it.
supposed to gather that like it is a conspiracy, you know, or that
Okay.
it is not real. But I don't know. I read it and I was like, what if it is real? And like Marcos is just the crazy conspiracy theory guy, you know? I think it is a conspiracy theory.
I
though.
think I support him.
Yeah.
I support him and not his bad actions.
Yeah. That guy.
Marcos. Man.
Really into foreign novels where the main character is just so upset with everything in their life. You know?
Is it
It's
different
great.
from American characters like that?
I don't know. I feel like they just like they get it. You know, they write it so well.
They're just a little more like intense with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the same with All of Us Strangers. That one's really good.
Okay.
That one I feel like they just convey like loneliness and isolation so much better. I don't know.
Yeah. I can see that.
You know.
100%.
But what do I know, guys?
Hey, at the end of the day,
What do I know?
we don't fucking know anything about
Exactly.
writing.
You might hear me and be like, what the hell are you talking about? That's not true at all.
If you studied English, sorry,
Yeah.
or writing, composition.
Anything really.
All right.
But yeah, that's that, my friends.
Okay, let us know what you guys thought of this one.
Yeah.
This is a fun one, no?
It's a lot of fun. I'd
Very
say.
fun.
It's
Oh,
Maddie's cat has joined us.
Hey,
His
Mort.
name is Mordecai. Well, guys, on the next pod, we will be touching. We'll be touching
so get ready for that. It's
the
gonna be a good
entire
one.
time.
We're gonna be talking about Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas by Hunter S. Thompson. So get ready for that one, and that one's a lot of fun.
Yes, Maddie is going to be talking.
I'm gonna be driving the bus on this one, so hop
I'm
in,
going to be
guys.
sitting all the way in the back this time.
No, I'll have to yell to you.
That's okay. I'll be
You won't
asleep.
hear
So,
me. All right.
all right, guys. Well, bye then.
Bye.
See ya.